Breaking news. A draft opinion says the Supreme Court is about to overturn Roe v. Wade. The unprecedented leak from the High Court reported this hour. The fast-moving developments from both sides of the abortion debate. What it would mean in Wisconsin.
Exclusive video into the newsroom of a man with a knife barging into a mother's home.
I didn't know who he was. Didn't know what he was going to do.
The story he told her and where he is tonight.
12 News investigates the kid crime crisis in Milwaukee.
The hard part is that those poor decisions could affect the rest of their lives and the rest of someone else's life.
12 News exclusively talks to Milwaukee's judge on the front line, what she believes is fueling the trend.
We're learning new details about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. 12 News has the jury list tonight, what it's revealing about the people who decided Rittenhouse's fate.
A new proposal tonight to delay high school spring sports. The athletic director leading the call for change and the lesson from the pandemic that's building the support.
This is WISN 12 News with breaking news.
As we come on the air tonight, bombshell reporting from Politico, the U.S. Supreme Court signaling it will overturn Roe v. Wade.
The 1973 decision guaranteed abortion rights in this country, but in an initial draft majority opinion obtained by Politico, Justice Samuel Alito writes the ruling, quote, must be overturned, giving states the power to decide whether to restrict or ban abortions. Alito goes on to write, quote, Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. Its reasoning was exceptionally weak, and the decision has had damaging consequences. Now, it's important to note no final ruling has been published or been made public. Politico reports this is the first time a draft decision has been leaked while a case is still pending.
And right now we have live video coming in from Washington, D.C. tonight. There you can see a reporter outside the Supreme Court. That's where barricades are up outside the High Court. People are gathered there at this hour. If Roe versus Wade is overturned, most abortions in Wisconsin would likely become immediately illegal under state law. And already tonight, a number of lawmakers and candidates are weighing in, including Republican candidates for governor. Rebecca Clayfish tweeting, it's about time. Kevin Nicholson saying, I pray this is true. And Tim Michaels writing, Barbara and I have long worked for and prayed for this moment, and we hope this news proves to be true. As governor, I will always work to protect the unborn while working to win hearts and minds.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers, a Democrat, tweeted a lengthy statement reading in part, the consequences of overturning Roe v. Wade cannot be overstated. This could have disastrous consequences for Wisconsinites, including Wisconsin women and their families, more than 70% of whom do not support overturning the Roe decision. Congress must act now to protect access to abortion and reproductive health care for every Wisconsinite and every American. This is a major breaking news story. You'll hear from many of the candidates for U.S. Senate from Wisconsin later, and we're posting updates as we get them right now in the 12 News app.
Exclusive video tonight of a man bursting through the front door of a Milwaukee house carrying a knife.
Terrifying moments for a mother inside the house with her children. Tonight, she tells us what the man said after barging inside. 12 News' Kristen Pierce reports from the Kosciuszko Park neighborhood.
This porch camera captured the moment a man stormed into a Milwaukee home.
He had a knife with him in that video. Yep, a knife.
With a knife in his hand.
It was a pretty good sized knife. It wasn't a butter knife, wasn't a steak knife. It had a pretty good sized blade to it.
It happened Sunday morning near 7th and Grant. Christine Rodriguez was home with her 5 children.
Is that scary to think that he could have gotten in there with you and your children?
Yeah, if he would really wanted to hurt us, he could have hurt us and left, and nobody would have been here in time.
Rodriguez says the man is a complete stranger. He came from the park across the street. He told her people were shooting at him before he ran into her home.
He shot at me.
There's a mudroom in her house, so Rodriguez was able to trap the man between 2 doors and call police. District 2 headquarters is a half a mile away. It took police about 15 minutes to arrive.
Can I wait till the police come, please? Please?
Okay. What's your name, ma'am?
We called the police. Police came. By the time police came, he was gone.
Let's bring in Kristen now. Kristen, you reached out to Milwaukee police tonight. What did they tell you about this case?
Milwaukee police say they haven't arrested anyone yet so far in this case, but they are still investigating. As for Christine and her children, they are doing okay. They're just a little shaken up.
Kristen Pierce reporting live from Milwaukee's South Side. At this hour, still no sign of a Milwaukee mother last seen on Wednesday. The only clue into 23-year-old Emily Rogers' disappearance is a cell phone found at Burnham Park. Police spent the day searching the park area and Rogers' home at 25th and Beecher. Detectives won't confirm if the park search is related to Emily's disappearance. Her mother is getting desperate.
I know the boyfriend was in jail. And I guess at some point he got out and she wasn't expecting him to be out.
Was she concerned about him being out?
I never talked to her after that.
Rogers' mother says Emily is inseparable from her 15-month-old daughter. If you know anything about this case, police want to hear from you. We have posted Rogers' picture on the 12 News Facebook page for you to share.
Tonight, a proposal to delay spring sports in Wisconsin. 12 News' Caroline Reinwald now with the high school athletic director calling for action.
When you imagine spring sports in Wisconsin, what do you think of?
Really cold. Freezing, yes.
A lot of rain out, so it's pretty miserable.
Our players are bundled up, our fans are bundled up.
That tumultuous weather, no different this season.
It's actually been a brutal start throughout the whole thing.
It's this kind of discomfort in the cold weather the athletic director for Slinger High School is hoping to avoid by trying to move spring sports back. An idea following their season last year when COVID pushed fall sports to spring and spring sports closer to summer.
We found out from parents that they love the warmer temperatures. The kids love participating in the warmer temperatures. We only canceled 2 days worth of activities. And it was an overall, just a much better experience for everyone.
An option he's floating to the Wisconsin Athletic Association: delay spring sports a few weeks for a more enjoyable season. These parents on board with the idea.
My wife's a coach, and they postponed games, and she's debated wanting to start the season later because you miss so much of it anyway.
We've had quite a number of postponements this year, so now our schedule, some weeks we have up to 4 games in a week, which is a lot to ask for the kids. So setting it late would be nice. I think the thing to consider is how late into the summer would you go after school?
The WIAA says this has come up before, but this time they have an example on how a season could look. The AD hoping they can make the experience nicer for everyone.
We want to ensure that our parents and our players aren't miserable during the spring like we have been this year.
In Slinger, Caroline Reinwald, WISN 12 News.
WIAA officials tell 12 News they are open to discussing the issue this fall. And while we're talking about this spring weather, more rain and more wind.
Yeah, see, case in point. Mark, we can't catch a break.
But for the first time in ages, behind me, I want you to see what's going on. Nothing. The flags are absolutely flat. We haven't had calm winds in forever. This is a live picture. This is actually happening right now. Temperature's pretty comfortable at 50, but now let's talk about the rain that's on the way. And yes, the wind is going to pick up big time for tomorrow. It's going to be a while before we see that rain here, but it'll be here for the morning commute. Be ready for that. It's going to slow you down, and the wind will pick up again for tomorrow. How long this rain lasts, how much to expect, coming up in Weather Watch 12.
Tonight, a new look at the makeup of the jurors who decided Kyle Rittenhouse's fate. Kenosha County officials releasing the full juror list to 12 News this evening.
Well, let's get to investigative reporter Derek Rose with a breakdown. Derek?
Yeah, Patrick, that jury pool, according to this list, has 179 names. Lawyers eventually chose 20 people, and on this list, there are 20 names with handwritten numbers 1 through 20 on them. In that original jury, 12 of them are Kenosha residents, 4 from Pleasant Prairie, and there was 1 each from Bristol, Burlington, Salem, and Twin Lakes. As for the 12 jurors who would decide Rittenhouse's fate, remember this image of Judge Schrader having Kyle Rittenhouse pull 6 numbers from a bin to determine the 6 alternates. Those 6 numbers coincide with 6 of the 20 names that have the numbers with the circles around them. We also cross-referenced the numbers of 2 of the jurors who were dismissed, leaving the 12 jurors who decided Rittenhouse's fate here or where they are from. The most of them, of the 12, 8 of them were from Kenosha, 2 from Pleasant Prairie, as well as 1 each from Burlington and Twin Lakes. We should also mention, while the list is a public record, public document filed in court, 12 News made the decision not to report the names of the jurors on the list. I'm Derek Rose, WISN 12 News.
Well, the Bucks are hoping to steal another game from the Celtics tomorrow.
Tonight, sports director Dario Melendez is in Boston, where the Bucks are trying not to let Sunday's win lead to overconfidence.
The playoffs are all about adjustments, the cat and mouse game, the chess match between two teams trying to outsmart and outmaneuver each other from game to game, an aspect of the playoffs that Wes Matthews says he loves.
That's what you live for with this. That's why you train, that's why you get up, that's why you work, that's why you do the things that you don't necessarily want to do so that you can put yourself in a position to be here. And the thing that people don't really think about with the playoffs is as much taxing as it is on the body, it's even more taxing on the mind, because you lose a game, series is over. You win a game, series, you won the series, and then you lose the next game and they weren't as good as you thought they were, or we knew, it just keeps going. So it's for us, for our families, fans, just to block as best you can, block the noise out and know that every possession means something. Take everything minute by minute, quarter by quarter, and then see where everything is at the end of the day. But for us, it's just going to be about discipline.
Now, I asked Coach Bud what he thought about the chess match aspect of the playoffs, and he told me he actually kind of thinks it's overrated. For him, the top priority is competing. You have to have a high competitive spirit on both ends of the court. That's how you win in the playoffs. In Boston, Dario Melendez, WISN 12 Sports.
Game 2 is tomorrow night. The series then shifts to Milwaukee for games 3 and 4. You can watch Game 3 Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon, right here, only on WISN 12.
When the kids come in here and you're looking right at them, what do you see?
Stolen cars, crashes, arrests. Tonight, 12 News investigates the kid crime crisis and the efforts to solve the problem. A 12 News exclusive next.
And we continue following breaking news about abortion rights in this country. Citing a draft opinion, Politico reports the U.S. Supreme Court is planning to overturn the 1973 landmark case that legalized abortion nationwide. It's unclear if the draft represents the court's final word on the matter. An official opinion is expected this summer.